Welcome to my new furniture series, part 3. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Evan, and in part 1 we sanitized and cleaned out the interior, fully wiped down the couch with leather honey, and removed those deep stains and paint marks. In part 2, we fixed those cat scratches, gently sanded down any rough patches, and recolored any permanent stains on the leather. So if you didn't watch part 1 or 2, I would highly suggest checking those out first. And trust me guys, you are going to want to stay around until the very end to see the before and after, so make sure to stick around. But in this video, part 3, we'll be putting in the final touches to make this poly and bark couch look as new as possible, which includes caring for the wooden feet, refilling those sagging pillows and cushions with down feathers, and giving the couch one last condition after recoloring. Hey Leather Honey community, my name is Evan and it's my goal to share the skills and tools needed to love your leather. Feel free to check out my video library of leather care tutorials over on the Evumies YouTube channel. And very quickly here, I just wanted to explain why I felt this specific couch was worth picking up and putting our time towards it. Not just for the video, but to have in our home for the long run. I will note that not all couches may be worth it, especially trying to fix ones that are made out of faux leather. It's really only a matter of time until they crack and flake everywhere. But for this poly and bark couch, I just wanted to note how much value this brand provides. Not only do they use full grain aniline leather, but they also provide down feather toppers. The beautiful vintage looking leather has a unique pattern and tone that give it a beautiful patina over time that develops character. The legs are made out of solid wood and the frame is kiln dried for a long lasting life to serve you well. Again, I got this off of OfferUp for free for very obvious reasons, but I would honestly have purchased this if I was looking for a high quality couch, so I'll definitely leave a link in the description if any of you are interested. Now, I won't be spending a lot of time here, but I just wanted to showcase a few products that I've had a lot of success with restoring various wooden pieces. The brand is called Howard, and the two main products I love from them are the Restore-A-Finish and their Feed and Wax. I won't go into depth on how to use each one, I just wanted to include them just in case you guys have some wood grain you need to either recolor or hydrate to bring back that like new luster. I just used some Feed and Wax and brought these wooden feet back to life. Now, something that I wanted to mention that I found after I finished restoring the couch was this professional leather repair kit by Leather Hero. It provides long-lasting repairs by covering and filling holes, cracks, and tears and dries flexibly. It also includes a coloring kit to match your exact leather. First, I applied a generous amount of filling paste on the hole, then I let it dry properly, sanded it down smooth, and then got the exact color. One thing to note is that this paste dries white, so I actually needed a few coats of leather paint to cover it up. But honestly guys, I was extremely surprised about the result, and I will note that doing this made the tone very uniform and it left no grain or translucency to the aniline leather, but the result was really just stunning. It did an excellent job filling those holes. And guys, you know what they say, it's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside, literally. And although someone might be down for these pillow covers, what I'm after is the down. The down feathers, I mean. We bought around 5 pillows from our local thrift store for under $3 each, and if you go to Amazon, you'll pay at least $50 to $100 for 5 pounds of down feathers. And each pillow we got was about 2 pounds, which had a bountiful amount of feathers for the job. Now, I will go ahead and make a distinction here that these pillows are made from waterfowl feathers, not necessarily the down portion, but they act essentially the same way for structure and bringing back a sagging pillow to a like new plush pillow or cushion. And if we've inspired you guys to go to your thrift store to look for some down pillows, you might be asking yourself, well, how do I know the difference between a down-filled pillow and a polyfill? Well, to be certain, if the pillow cover zips off and there's usually a materials tag inside, you can read it and see for yourself. But at a glance, you can simply squish each pillow and see how it retracts. If it's slow and seems like the air is slowly refilling the pillow, it's oftentimes down. If it immediately bounces back or it's a little bit more stiff, it's probably a polyfill. So For us, we literally just ran through our store and touched each pillow, poked it, and found what we needed. So for our poly and bark cushions and bolsters, they were made from a mix of fiber blend and feather down. And since fiber blend is more resilient to compression, we decided to use all down feathers to provide that luxurious feel and at a dirt cheap price. Personally, my favorite types of jackets are actually down puffers, so I was really excited to do this. Now, I will be honest, you guys can do the same thing if you don't find any down pillows and just use a polyfiber fill, but we decided to go down all the way. So what we did was we took out the down pillow inserts from the thrift store, cut them open, and then emptied them into a very large bag. I'd highly suggest getting the biggest bag or garbage bag you have to contain the feathers so they don't get everywhere, or lay down a tarp or something because it will get everywhere. Now, I wanted to make something very clear. Just like leather is a byproduct of the meat industry, down is also a byproduct of the food industry, making down feathers a very sustainable option instead of plastic. Down is also biodegradable as well as eco-friendly, and on top of that, we thrifted them so it's even more sustainable. And on another note, many people mistakenly believe that down feathers, like down bedding and things like that, cause allergies, but true allergies to the feathers themselves are actually really rare. But either way, do your guys' own research and make sure it's a safe option for you. If you choose to do that, it worked really well for us. Drop a comment below on what you think. From there, we had to remove the inserts from the leather couch and assess how they were filled. For the bolsters, they were filled in two sections, top and bottom, which meant that we had to cut open the stitches enough to insert the extra feathers and then quickly seal it back up with a needle and thread. We strategically chose to place the new down in front of the cushion so that the feathers would be felt more when sitting and would have less chance to migrate out of the cloth back panel. After that, we just inserted the newly filled inserts into the leather covers, and the difference was astounding. It gave the pillows a more comfortable and luxurious look while giving the illusion of less wear. Now, when it came to the cushions, the way that ours were made were that it was a large foam base with a down-filled topper. So we removed the felt top, stuffed the feathers as much as was appropriate enough, and then folded it back down. This part was quite messy, but seriously worth it. We just vacuumed everything afterwards, and it really wasn't particularly difficult. So overall, thrifting down pillows and adding the down to and or replacing your inserts with down is a great way to give you a more luxe feel and look to your cheaper furniture. Filling them up enough to look more full looks more comfortable and luxurious than half-filled sagging pillows. This can also add back the look of structure to furniture that has more wear, giving the illusion of less usage. Clean lines and taut fabric looks way newer than sagging old fabric that we started with. And as we strategized finishing up this couch, we noted that the finer details matter way more when making a renewed finished product look amazing. Also guys, I wanted to quickly note that I accidentally left a pillow that wasn't quite dry on the cushion, and when I went back to take it off, it ripped off the top layer of paint that it dried onto. So definitely wait at least 24 hours before putting anything back together. Lastly, I wanted to do one final conditioning because I wanted to make sure that the leather balm is malleable and not going to transfer color. So by adding another layer of leather honey, this enabled me to soften the painted leather, lock in the color so it doesn't transfer, and enhance the sheen of the leather. And as you guys can see, there was 0% color transfer on this leather couch after letting the balm dry and then applying conditioner afterwards. Always test before sitting on your couch to avoid ruining anything. I also just wanted to quickly note that if anyone liked the setup and decor, we will be leaving a lot of those pieces in the description for you to check out. Now, I know some of you are wondering if taking on such a big project like this is worth it or not. So let me quickly note how much we spent on supplies as well as how much time it actually took to do the restoration. As noted, we used various products in the videos, all of which we had quite a bit left over or were completely reusable. But I will just give you the overall cost of the products at the time this was filmed. And believe it or not, if we actually had to buy all the necessary things again to restore this couch, it would have still been under $100. Now, for the amount of time that it actually took to restore the couch, it's hard for me to know because honestly, the majority of the work was actually filming it, not even restoring the couch, ironically. On top of that, there was actually a lot of waiting for things to dry, like after cleaning it, after conditioning it, after applying the recoloring balm, etc. But looking at everything, the work alone must have taken about a full day to complete, which wasn't actually that long. It was really the filming, dry time, and presentation that took the most time. So I hope that this encourages you guys to restore or repair your own furniture, as well as consider renewing a pre-loved item. Either way, we loved having you guys on this journey with us, so please enjoy the before and after. At the start of this project, we faced three big problems. On the outside, the couch was trashed, cat scratches, stains, and a surface that had completely lost its life. And honestly, a lot of people might look at something like this and think, I really just don't have any skill to fix that. Not to mention that it's easy to believe that once something's worn out, it's worthless. But with the right tools, some skill, and a little patience, we solved every one of those problems. And while our goal was never to have the couch be perfect, the leather is restored and it looks amazing in comparison to what it was. The leather is supple and still shows a beautiful patina instead of a flat color, and to many people, including ourselves, it's valuable again. But most importantly, this journey proved that things don't have to be perfect in the end to be worth saving or enjoying. And honestly, if something happens again, like a spill or another cat scratch, it's really not a big deal because we still have so many supplies left over and we can easily tackle it, no problem. And this is how we made money out of thin air, by investing time and effort into something others had given up on. We saved money where we would have otherwise paid thousands for a new couch, and that's something you guys can do too, whether it's a couch, a pair of boots, or anything else that deserves a second chance. For me, I picked the worst couch I could find so that you would be inspired to try, even on a small scale, maybe even on something simple, to restore and bring it back to life. So if you enjoyed this video, please let us know by hitting that like button. We put so much effort into this. Feel free to subscribe with the bell icon and share it with a friend. And well, before you give up on those leather shoes, bags, or boots, check out these videos next. And as always, remember to love your leather.